Namaste, welcome. So today we're gonna take it very slow, very gentle. And this practice is something you can do at the end of your day. I mean, it can be in the morning also if you want to have a really mellow start. And the whole goal is to really bring our system into a lower gear, like a winding down practice. So take a moment just to get ready and make sure you have, I would say, 3 blankets if you have them, and 2 blocks at least. I mean, 2 blocks would be good. Books or something. If you have a bolster, take it with you. If you don't, take a few pillows with you. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Just take a few deep breaths here to arrive. You can place one hand on your chest, one on your belly, simply to invite the breath into your hands, to invite a slowing down which will increase your receptivity to awareness, to the awareness of the moment. So let's breathe together here. You're going to inhale on 4 count. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale on 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do that a few times. Inhale, 4, 3. Exhale, 6. One more, just to increase the parasympathetic engagement of the nervous system. Exhale. Bring your palms together and let's place the common intention with this class to open and soften. Slowly bow your head to your own heart. Open your eyes and come onto all fours. And if you had some hours already before we're going to start with a few gentle stretches, bring your block, one of your blocks nearby already. Hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, thighs back. Inhale. Exhale, round your back gently and be very soft here to notice any tension in the lower back, shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back. Forward, curve your lower back. Exhale, round your lower back, move your tailbone toward the ground and simply take one more deep breath here. Inhale on 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, and one more like this. Inhale, 4, curve your lower back, look up, 2, 1, exhale, and look inside, round the back, belly in, 2, 1, okay, come back to a more neutral spine, and you're going to bring your block to the high end, just in between your hands, like a little bit in front of your hands. Walk your hands just before your block, and take one downward facing dog here. Move your hands such that your forehead can rest on the block, and that's really low. You can bring another block or it can be another block, but the point is to rest the forehead onto a block or into something. So you take a deep inhale, move your thighs back a little bit, and exhale, you release the head even though your hands and legs are awake. If you had a lot of thoughts going on, just imagine each time you exhale that you surrender, you offer the thoughts process to a bigger energy, and you soften the energy by softening into the block. Take one more deep breath here. 1, 2, 3, 4 as you inhale, and exhale 4, 3, 2, one more in 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come down onto your knees. Okay, and move the blocks are to the side. Actually, place your block onto your mat now on the flat end. We're going to use it now. And then place your bolster on top of the block. If you don't have a bolster, take a few blankets or roll a blanket around 2 pillows. That should work. And make your block nicely flat, so it's a diagonal top of the block. Walk your knees to the sides, child's pose. So thighs, knees are open on each side of the bolster. You can move the bolster a bit closer, so bolster start in between at the middle of your thighs, and then find a spot where your belly can be on the bolster, and then your chest. Rest your elbows to the side. Turn your head to one side. I'm going to work with the breath throughout the class here, because the breath rhythm is very calming for the nervous system, for the mind activity. It also brings a sense of safety and trust, because when we don't breathe, this is where usually we are in stress mode, fight or flight. So let's breathe together here. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Again, 4. Inhale, 2, 1. Exhale. This time 7, maybe 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 2 more like this on your own, 2 more cycles of breath. 4, inhale, 8, exhale. Try to bring your breath toward the cushion, towards the back, toward the outside of your hips, of your buttocks. At the end of your long exhale, just turn your head the other side, so you don't you balance your neck this way. And repeat again. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 4, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Take 2 on your own. Bring your breath into your back. As you exhale, really receive slowly gravity. You melt onto the cushions, or the cushion. And slowly, next time you inhale, you're gonna rise your torso up right here. Okay, and move the block that's underneath to the side. You can keep, actually bring your block just after your bolster in case you need it. And in which case, maybe grab a blanket and place it on top of the bolster. Maybe that will be helpful, let's see. And then go back into all fours. In possibility here, we're gonna go with the torso leaning onto the bolster for frog pose. So if you want to paddle your knees, the feet and the knees are coming outside of the mat, most likely, unless you have a big mat or you're on a carpet at home. So you can set a blanket outside of your mat also right now. And then exhale, bring your pelvis onto the beginning of the bolster. Then lean over, and this is where, for most of us, the head would be after the bolster. So just slowly bring your knees to the side, your shins are parallel to one another. Okay, make any adjustment that you need. Turn the toes out. Inhale. And exhale, soften your head onto the blanket here ahead of you. Just relax your arms to the side and take a few mindful breaths all the way down into your thighs, into the pelvis, the hips. So all this area around the pelvis and hips is an area where a lot of tensions go and get stuck. It's almost as they go and get stuck in there, like keeping them there. So breathe mindfully here with the intention to release any tensions that's really not serving you anymore. Let's continue with our counts here on the breath. So let's start with inhale 4, 3, 2, 1, and again exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8. Soften and soften. You can turn your head on the other side. Just stay here for a few more breaths on your own. Mindful, slow. It's like the whole system, mind, body, nervous system is saying slow down. Okay, we take it easy now. And at the end of your next exhale, just bring your hands on each side of the bolster. Begin to bring your knees a bit closer to go almost towards straight legs until you can bring yourself back to a all fours position. And then move your blanket that you had at the top of your bolster. It's going to support the head now. And lift your bolster so you can place your block under like we had before. Now maybe grab one of your other blankets. Sit in front of your bolster. If your bolster or your cushion is a bit high, you can also stack a blanket underneath so you can sit a bit higher, so you don't have so much pressure. And here I like to open the blanket pretty wide, pretty big, on the side. So I can make a roll here that's pretty long. And yeah, that's my favorite version of Supta Baddha Konasana, where we're going right now. Bring your feet, together. Okay, one more little thing here you can do, and it's completely optional, is to bring the other block just in front of your toes right now. Then grab the roll, place it on top of your ankles, bring it all the way down underneath the outside of your hips. And some of us, maybe we want to bring the feet on top of the block. It's just an option. And if you're not sure, or if you don't have another block, so don't worry, just keep them on the ground. And then shoulders back, hips back. Okay. Good. And then let your head, so not so much the neck, but really the back of the head rest onto the blanket. It's nice to have a little elevation here. Take a deep inhale and a slow, full exhale. Just allow your day to really go with the exhale. As you inhale, you fill up your lungs with new prana, new life energy, resourcing life energy. Exhale and soften even more. Begin to, of course, bring attention to your hips. That's tricky for your hips to have the legs like this. Place extra support underneath your thighs so you feel supported here. We want to go really easy here. There's no forcing at all. Actually, we allow the pose to hold us for a moment. Let's continue with our pranayama there, the count of the inhale and the exhale. And in this version, try to bring your breath from the pelvis up to your shoulders and to the back of the body. Inhale 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, and 1. Increasing slowly the exhale. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. 7. 3 more. 2, 3. Good. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go on with your own tempo. If you have another tempo that I have, completely fine. Just follow your inner intuition here about what rhythm feels really soothing, calming, and resourcing right now. Thoughts will arise, and that's what the mind does, producing thoughts. But see whether you can let your thoughts go. You can simply say, okay, I let go of that thought, and that thought too, and this one too, until you notice this ability to return to the count of the breath. And if anything else, really notice the calming effect of your breath, the sensations of that calming. One more cycle of breath. Long exhale. And super softly, you can move your fingers, bring your hands underneath your thighs right there, so you can lift your knees up with your hands. And then just move your block a little bit from your feet. Roll carefully onto your side. Come up here and rise slightly. When you're ready, you can just keep your eyes closed for a moment. And when you're ready, open your eyes and just remove the blanket that was around your ankles and the block, if you had one. Then place your right hip towards the bolster here. And just remove the top blanket out. You can also unfold the blanket on top of your bolster if you prefer. And then bring one hand on each side, lift the belly in and up, reach the hips back, chest up, and then slowly lean your navel into the bolster, your belly, the rest of your torso. And you can rest onto your right cheek, or turn the head the other way. Inhale and exhale. So go slow here with your breath. I'm not going to count. I'll let you do your own count. But I'd like to invite you to guide the breath into the lower back. It's like you can invite more space between your vertebrae and the lower back as you inhale. And as you exhale, the skin and the muscles around the spine soften. So we're gearing up in a completely different world where we go with the slow movements in the earth, the slow movement of the tides in the water, for instance. The slow blooming of a flower, the slow cycle of the seasons, just going slow. You can always pause the video and stay here a little bit longer, or if you're ready, just inhale and very, very softly with your eyes closed, come up. And like in a slower motion, turn to the other side, so left hip against your bolster. Inhale and exhale, twist belly towards the bolster, heart, head. Okay, just turn your head one side or the other. And now guide the breath in the other side of the lower back, more evidently on the left side. So receive literally the hugging or the closeness of the bolster, like a support for the front body, like a soothing pressure for the front body, a soothing support. Let your shoulders soften even more, your neck, the space inside of your pelvis. And continue having your breath slower. Take one more full and slow cycle of breath. Very softly, bring your palms next to your chest to rise. Take a moment as you rise up. Good. Okay, and we're gonna slowly transition, and I'd like to move you toward the walls, so you can, if you have a wall space nearby, you can always pause the video and then find that wall space. I'm gonna move toward this wall just next to me here. I'd like to take the bolster, if you have the bolster or a few cushions, at the wall. So it's gonna like be at the wall, and depending on the side of your bolster, maybe just 5-10 centimeters away from the wall. Okay, and then you can move your mat at the wall, of course. And to come up with the legs up the wall, so here's always the trick. So come to the side of your bolster and then place your right or left hip on the bolster. And then place one elbow, if it's the right hip, the right elbow, down. And then keep your hips on the bolster as you roll. As you roll up here. Okay, when you feel settled, just let your legs be straight up at the wall, the back of the head land down. And I really like this one because the hips are supported, the shoulders are under the heart. There's a soft curve in the back, but it's supported by the bolster. And there's a little bit more weight coming onto the back of the head, so just allow the neck to be free here, like there's a natural curve here. Hands turned, palms turned up. This pose is very soothing for the calming system, and really I almost do it every night, like if I can, before I go to bed. It's a really calming. It's nice for the flow of blood in your legs that's been, if you've been up a whole day. And take a few of your deep breaths here. Again, 4 inhale, if you can exhale on 8. And allow the weight of your legs to descend. inhale 4 and exhale 8. And if thoughts arise, they will, of course. So simply notice and say, okay, that's a thought. I let it go. Just come back to the count of the breath and the body experience of winding down. So the more we open to that experience, and the more it will stay in our memory, and the more we will have access to it throughout the day, throughout our life. So we feel more resourced. There's so much we can do ourselves to soothe our nervous system. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. And softly you can bring your legs, your feet closer to your chest. I like to bring my feet in Baddha Konasana here. Feet solid, the feet together, knees to the side. Take a breath here or two. And softly roll onto your side. And come up. Very, very softly onto sitting position. As you come up after restorative poses, close your eyes just to allow yourself to recalibrate a little bit. Okay. And now we're going to settle for Shavasana. And the way we're going to do it is with a few props. And I'm going to set you up. And then we'll stop the video so you can stay there for as long as you wish. So take your bolster, your 2 blocks. And if you have 3 blankets, take the 3 blankets. And here's what we're going to do. Bolster. It's going to come under your thighs in a moment, so place it along like across your mat. Take your 2 blocks and place them like this together, and in front of the bolster, maybe like 15 centimeters or so in front. And if you don't have blocks, take a few books or a few pillows, it will work. If you do have your blocks, like one of your blankets, you can take it again and then fold it again so it can come on top of the block. So, if you have pillows, maybe you don't need that, but if you have corky block, it's a good idea. And then, one blanket is going to cover you, and the other blanket can be behind your head. So like the one we had at the top of the bolster early on, so you can just keep it here. I like to have it folded, not too high, but still, so it supports my head. And what's nice about this pose is that the legs are up. That's really soothing, especially at the end of the day. So I like to bring my heels just after the blanket or the bolster, the blocks, so my feet can hang a little bit. And then I'm going to place my thighs on the bolster and like to roll my thighs a little bit big and back. And then back onto my back here. cover yourself up. And when you arrive here, you're going to take your time to bring yourself very comfortable. Shoulders back. Continue with a few cycles of the deep breath, counting 4 on the inhale, 8 on the exhale. And let yourself rest here for as long as you can. I would suggest at least 7 minutes. If you can stay more, you can please stay more. And I wish you a very rejuvenating Shavasana and a lovely night and or a lovely day. Thank you for being with us.